side job. It's actually a little patch job. I actually, for April, I've already cut off. I'm not doing any small projects, only like full lawn renovations. So if people are not meeting our minimum far as they're just trying to get an area patch. It's given, it's been like 1,000 square feet, but minimum project size is 2,000 square feet moving forward. Just we gotta grab the decent sized job, profits, etc. It's the harvest season, so slowing down on taking on small projects. I'm gonna probably refer them out or just let them know. Unfortunately, we don't do these projects at this time. But this project that I'm doing is for a returning client. So I resodded their full backyard and they had landscaping going on. They removed their landscaping beds and they want that sodded. So I'll do that for them. You get what I mean? And it's a returning client. I'll handle that. And I cannot lie to y'all. That yard looks so good. So good. I say it looks so good from a perspective of what I don't maintain. They don't have an in-ground irrigation system. And the yard look amazing. It looks amazing. They got a weed control fertilization program they've been following. They didn't hire me out for the weed control part after their 3 months or whatever. But I kid you not, that lawn looks amazing. For them to have, 2 large dogs. Gosh, come on, charge phone. Don't turn off on me. Yeah, for them to have 2 large dogs, that lawn looks good. Looks good. So I was very impressed to see how well they've been keeping up the lawn. I saw no bare areas, no spots where dogs dug holes, no weeds. They've been using their pre-emergent, post-emergent. The lawn looks good. And those are the type of lawns I like to pull up and like, man, it's been a year now, but this yard looks good. It looks good. I love to find homeowners that are passionate about literally once they're investing in the backyard and maintaining it at that level, and to see how well they've been keeping up with it. They're following the guide that I gave them, because when I installed a full back lawn, a full front lawn, or whatever, a full lawn renovation, I give these clients a care guide, and it tells them when to put pre-emergent down, when to put post-emergent down. We're going to try to keep herbicides off of for the first year, spot treat as needed, pull weeds as needed. You will get weed pressure, don't trip, make sure you're irrigating. It gives them the first 3 weeks guidance, but then it gives them the annual care plan for the lawn. So stuff like that is super, super, super helpful to homeowners, because to see that lawn, oh man, I was like, oh baby. I was like, oh baby, that lawn looked nice. It looked nice. Yeah, it's a Tiff Tough Bermuda lawn, and if y'all know about Bermuda lawns, you got to have a weed control fertilization plan, man, because it could be a bit high maintenance. It definitely can have some weed pressure, etc. So that lawn looks great, and for it to look this good, right, and it not be, it's not 70, 80 degrees yet. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got that spring weather necessarily, not just yet. We still experiencing some winter. Like right now it's 55 degrees, 60 degrees right now. The weather's been fluctuating, but man, to see that lawn in the next 30 to 60 days, oh man, it's gonna go crazy. It's gonna be super green. It's gonna look good. Hey, bro, let me by, bro. Come on, bro, let me by. Come on, dog, let me through here. Let me through. People be around here blocking off traffic. Y'all in standstill traffic. Y'all ain't going nowhere. Let me through. Because if I block off traffic, y'all gonna act like I'm wrong. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? I'm headed over to a small side job, and it's for a client that I serviced last year. And I'm basically replacing an area where they decided to move the landscape. They had plants and stuff between the houses. So I'm gonna be removing, the rest of the stuff that's there. I'm gonna remove a plant. It's a yew. Move that out of the way. Yeah, I don't know about yews. YEW. That's the plant type that I'll be removing. It's about 6 feet. I'm gonna remove that out of the ground with my reciprocating sawzall, and then I'm gonna remove some of the rocks, the debris that's in that area. I'm gonna remove some of the soil, kind of move it around to kind of make sure it slopes away from the property. I'm gonna add in some topsoil, and then I'm gonna lay that sod down. It's roughly 200 feet. It's a very small area, but the rest of the lawn looks amazing. It look amazing, and I can't wait to get there because I gotta get this guy on track, and then I gotta move on with my day. I got my brother and my sister popping in today. They're coming from Georgia, and hopefully I can be able to hang out with them later. Got a little date tonight with the wife. That's gonna be fun. Yeah. Can you say shout out Lloyd? What it is? Shout out Lloyd. What's going on? I don't even know who Lloyd is, but yeah, shout out, man. I hope y'all having a good day. We got a lot of events going on here in Charleston right now. We got a Flower Town event. We got the Cooper Bridge run, where it's like, I think, a 10K run. There's a bunch of people in the city, but I'm out here getting that work in. This morning I stopped by and went to a lawn care class with Superside, which is very helpful because it helps me make insightful content for homeowners, the common questions that they have about grass. And I like to be able to answer real questions that people have versus just, there's practical questions that people are gonna ask, but then there's underlining. Like, for instance, I didn't tell my guy who invited me on, Travis, which is awesome dude. But while he was, giving these, residents, homeowners information about how to put a lawn, hey, because they knew I was the only contractor professional that does sod installation, top dressing services, etc. To kind of complement what Superside is speaking about, etc. But the guy kept I'm sitting next to him. He kept bumping me and asking me questions, and it's cool. I'm here for that. But dude, pay attention. And then he was like being a smart butt about he'll ask Travis a question, and then he'll wait. He'll wait and be like, "Well, he didn't answer the question. He didn't." I'm like, dude, let the dude. He is answering the question. He's providing context while he's answering the question. Because the guy asked the question like, so how long should I be watering my lawn? And Travis didn't just say, oh, you should be watering for 20 minutes, because that's something that's subjective. What's what area, how big is the area? What's your irrigation pressure like? All those factors. Like, one person might have great pressure and they have to water for 10 minutes and they get enough output. However, somebody else might have weak pressure, and if they water for the same amount of time, it's not enough. So that was something that was subjective. If it's an area of direct sunlight, or is it a slightly shaded area? All these are factors. Is it in between? Like, it's a little bit subjective. So he was like, hey, he's like, you said an inch a week. So how many days is that? And Travis was like, well, what you do is an inch a week of water. He was like, put a tuna can or a measuring tool out in the yard and water, count how long, keep time of how long it takes that to fill to the 1 inch mark. And then you spread that out throughout a week. I like that process. And he said, make sure you irrigate early in the morning. Like, it was a lot of practical information that was helpful that I thought, he definitely hit some strong points of what, I get people that ask these questions or they don't ask, and, they're hunting around. It was really, really, really helpful for the homeowners and myself. I'm the type of person I always believed I can continue to grow. Who better to learn from than the people who actually provide the grass that I'm actually installing on these projects, etc. So, man, it was good vibes, positive vibes. They had breakfast. They had Chick-fil-A catering. You can get coffee, chicken sandwich, fruit, etc. They had a few. Then they did like a giveaway. I didn't participate in none of that. The goal for me going there was really to understand my clients. I was the only contractor that showed up. He said he invited at least 20 contractors. Only one showed up, and it was me. And people did ask for cars. I did pass out a few cars, but it was really for me a purpose of gathering data from real people, real questions. It was like 25 homeowners there. 25 is good. That's a good amount of people to bounce, real struggles that they're having for the spring, etc., with the lawn. So it was a vibe, man. It was a vibe. Let me run in this store. I gotta grab something, and then I'm headed off to the job. Give me just a minute, y'all. Just a minute. Let me get my glass has been tripping lately. I got my smart glass, and here we go. Boom. I'm gonna put this in my cup holder to help me without driving and holding my phone. But yeah, and I gotta keep this thing charging, so it helps with all the above. Yeah, it was a vibe though, man. Straight vibe. Straight vibe, man. Alright. Give me just a minute. I'm about to go lock in. Be right back. Alright, off to the races. Off to the races. Oh, of course, me, man. I keep my phone merely dead. I forgot to put it on the charger last night, so it's on the charger in the truck. It's gonna be on the charger for a while. I won't be able to capture too much content at the moment. I'm gonna leave my truck on so it can charge pretty decent. Maybe when I get in the backyard area, I do have an extension cord or something. I might be able to plug in and give y'all some more power. That way y'all can see this live going on. But if I'm not mistaken, the area that I'm going is horrible signal as well. So the live feed might start lagging and glitching or whatever, because it doesn't perform the best when it's not in the ideal area. But yeah, man, it's going down. It's going down on a Saturday. Hopefully the goal is this will be the last Saturday that I'm working, doing some actual work, man. Next week I'm aiming to work 4-day work week, 4 days. The goal, why am I doing this, is because I think I can lock in the right jobs and be more productive with few than trying to do many. So all the projects that I'm estimating, etc., every one of them they can't be on the schedule during the same time. It got to make sense. I got to make it make sense. I got some numbers that I'm trying to hit and surpass for the month of April last year. Just if I can just hit those numbers that I hit last year for the month of April, it'll be great. So to do that, I got to prepare myself to hyper focus on closing the right jobs, because I close a decent amount. If I'm trying to hit the same numbers but do less customers, that means I gotta do enough quotes to close the right jobs. You get what I mean? You know, you can only do so many jobs if you only estimated so many, right? I hope you get what I mean. It's going down. Whew. Just went and picked up an attachment for my combi system, the soil cultivator. It's meant to tear up a lawn. This is going to help when it comes to needing a sod cutter for small areas like 200 square feet. There's not much grass. It is. I'd say out of the 200 square feet, it might be maybe 10%, 10 to 20% of that is grass. So that's less than 40 feet of it is actual grass or weeds. It's in a tight area, so I'm gonna get it right and get her done. Get her right and get her done. I know one thing, it's very windy today. Very windy. When I went and pulled into the nursery to grab some topsoil compost, I guess when I turned in a sod roll, well, not just one, but like 4 sod rolls fell off the back of the trailer. And I was like, what? It was like, hey man, I think you lost some of your what do you say? You lost some of your friends or something like that, he said. And he pointed over to the highway, and right where I turned into the entrance of the nursery, there was like 4 sod rolls spread out on the ground, like not spread, but rolls that just had dropped off the truck. I was like, dang it. And I had to get that together. So they drove the machine over there, and I went ahead and fixed it. And got them on there. Got them on the truck, and I know I'm not going to need them for this project. The amount of sod I have is actually too much. More than likely, I'll be finding one of my neighbors that needs some grass, and I give it to them. They'll appreciate it, because my yard, unfortunately, is full. I got Zeon zoysia and St. Augustine in my backyard, and I got centipede. I got basically some of all grasses, because y'all know I'm a contractor, but the goal is to actually, I'm gonna rip up all that centipede and I'm gonna put the best grass. Come on, man. And it's gonna be the St. Augustine, the Pro Vista, which is I do have some of that in my backyard, or it's going to be Xeon. That's just the two. That's the two I'm rocking with. My backyard is definitely going to be Xeon. We tend to want to spend more time outdoors, and it's typically going to be the backyard. I got a fairly small front yard, which is about 1,500 square feet, 2,000. Well, it might be 1,500 to 2,000 square feet. It's a cul-de-sac, so front yard is smaller, backyard is bigger. Y'all know how that is. But I'll be swapping that out sometime. It's not super urgent, but it's not high on the priority list, because my front yard look amazing. It's centipede, but I've been treating it, putting down a pre-emergence, and it looks pretty good. So if it ain't broke, I'm gonna change it up. But I got a neighbor, and he wants to swap it out. He want to get rid of it, and I'm like, it doesn't. I feel like you swap stuff out when you have a problem, but if it looks really good and you've been maintaining it, why swap it? You know what I'm saying? But in his defense, he's like, hey man, I got some centipede that's impeding on my Bermuda. And I'm like, bro, that ain't centipede. That is not centipede, because it's a magnolia tree that his neighbor and property had, and it's zoysia. It's Empire zoysia. It looked like centipede, but it's zoysia because if it's like in a slightly shaded conditions, and I looked at it, and it's definitely zoysia, but he think it's Bermuda. I mean, centipede. I'm like, bro, centipede ain't that aggressive. Not to overtake a freaking Bermuda. What's gonna overtake a Bermuda is something that's dominant in that area, as far as what house is it? What freaking house is it? Okay. I think I got it. Hello. Yep, okay, this is it. 6644. I don't want to block off. Hello. Are you here? That's well, hey, buddy, that's a nice color. It's like a chocolate, a chocolate lab. No, I actually got some work to do here, but I don't want to block off their driveway. I'm trying to figure out parking, and yeah, that's kind of yeah, kind of long. I think I might have to block off the driveway just so I don't block off a neighbor. That you're right. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all. Time to get that work in. I'm gonna leave the truck on for a minute to kind of get my phone some charge. I'm gonna take y'all back there when the phone is probably about 15, at least 15%, because I don't want to take it out there and it die immediately. The battery's pretty low, especially when I'm shooting live content. This is my put me a sleeve on, protect my forearm. The lady say, "Are you lost?" That's cool. Cool neighbors. Are you lost? What are you doing here, guy? Nah, she didn't say it. She didn't say it like you in the wrong neighborhood. Are you lost? She said it as if I slowed down and I was stopping in front of this house. She probably was figuring out I was gonna ask, can I get directions? But don't need directions. I know where I'm at. But let me get to it, y'all. I'm gonna tap in momentarily. Let my windows down a little bit. Oh, gotta leave the truck on. Leave the truck on for a little bit. Alright, so I'm about to go stand on business. 6-7. Man, you got too much time. 6-7. Too much time. Alright. What's happening? Today I will be using something slightly different. Y'all know when I do my removal of lawns, I use this right here, which is, it's called a scuffer hoe, and basically it has a blade on the back side of here, which I do need to sharpen this because it's a hand tool. But basically you can go like this, and back and forth, just pulling it, and it digs under the dirt and remove it, cuts the grass and the weeds root system, so you could just take the vegetation, the grass debris. So it is a bit time consuming when you're just using this. So I did get something that's gonna help accelerate the productivity, and this is what I got. I'm gonna show you. Boom. So I'm going from this little guy to this. This right here is a soil cultivator, and it's a combi system attachment that goes on my steel 131, and I'll be using this instead, and it'll help instead of it taking a long time and causing fatigue. You push a button with this combi system and it'll till up along the fence and things like that. I want to cut that stuff out fast. I don't want it to take forever to do this. So the next project we have, I'll just give the guy the combi system with the attachment, and then he'll be able to just go on and hurry up and cut that stuff out. And I still have people using this going by the fence line, but this is going to help me with productivity and get familiar with using this attachment. They have if you go to Steel's website, they have this right here. This piece right here actually costs $250 initially, but today and right now Steel has a 30% off promotion they have going on, to where you can get this attachment for only 190 bucks. So I was lucky and got it for 190 bucks, but it's gonna definitely increase productivity significantly. They usually take the guys about probably like 45 minutes to an hour to go around and just cut the grass from around the fence line. I got multiple of these scuffles. It usually take a while. With this tool, it might take somebody maybe 20 minutes, almost like weed eating a yard. So they'll be able to use this tool, push a button, and be done with it within probably 10 minutes, a fraction of the time. Basically, y'all get it, productivity. But they have another attachment that's very similar to this one on Steel's website, but I think it's cost 750 bucks, and it's a combi attachment, which is crazy. I don't know what the significant difference is of why it would cost that much, but because the majority of the Steel combi system attachments cost 250, you're gonna pay, you can pay either 80 bucks, 100 bucks, 200, 250. It depends on the attachment, but the 700 attachment is like, okay, what are we buying here? This is a whole equipment. You can buy a whole steel setup with that 700 bucks, 750 bucks. So anywho, I was able to look up and find this one, but I'm gonna get going. I just wanted to provide y'all some context of what I'm doing. I'm back, phone's ringing, calls coming in. About to try this energy drink on that combi system. just put my standing on business hat on. That's sinister. What's going on, Gilbert? What's going on with you, man? Very thorough. All of the evidence. Yes, sir. Drinking on something healthy today. Healthy Energy by Aspire. Getting set up, y'all. Getting set up. Knew I had my tripod in here. I'm trying to figure out where the heck I put it. Where's my tripod? Tripod said not today. Yeah, I don't see my tripod. I'm gonna just get to work. Can't wait for it. Prep for it. Alright, y'all. About to show you how this system works. Show you how it performs. We at 12%. I think that's enough to make it to the backyard, I believe. I'm looking at some of these garages. People out in the garage on Saturday. They look amazing. They actually have a great amount of things that they do in their garage. Like somebody's doing craft. Got like a wall full of different paints and stuff. It's kind of cool. Gotta get my garage on track and stop hoarding. So that's what I've been doing. Let me plug up. Let y'all see what's going on over here. So this is the project area that I'm about to get right real quick. I'm gonna let y'all hang out with me while I mess around with this combi cultivator for the first time. I'm gonna remove some grass. It's a very small area. I won't be using this to like do a full lawn, but I'm just trying to increase productivity wherever I can to save time, because as you all know, time is money, especially when you're paying labor, etc. Put y'all right here. I got a rock I can put behind it, and a rock I can put in front of it. Alright, the battery's charging. I'll go ahead and get to show you guys what the combi do. Let's show you a closer visual before. So I'm gonna show it to you before. Y'all see all the grass. It's actually vegetation. You see all this stuff. Side cutter would, be better always, but I'm gonna use a small attachment and see it's gonna help us with productivity, which I'm pretty certain it is. I did a little research before I bought it. I didn't just go out and I want a cultivator. give y'all my honest first impression. My honest first impression of what it just did. Even though this was like pass and a half, 2 passes, that's like, oh baby. It does really good at getting it tilled up. I'm gonna go over it a little bit more, but I just kicked that and it actually was loose. Well, all of it's loose. So it's back down to the bare dirt. And that took less than a minute to do this whole little area. Only got a little bit more grass level over here, so the goal is to be productive on our future project. It didn't get too tangled up because I thought it was gonna stop because it got tangled, but it got enough to cut through. So I'm gonna keep at it and finish up.
Hey, how you doing? Oh. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
Oh,
man, how are you?
Take it easy, man.
Yep.
Good old Saturday, man.
Yep.
The weather's nice.
Yeah, it's cold outside. Better than last year when you were doing it, and it was 105, it seemed like.
Oh yeah. How you guys getting into any events today?
Not today.
Flower Town, the bridge run?
No,
Charleston's busy.
We're going on vacation tomorrow.
Gotcha.
So, we're mostly staying on the house, trying to keep it clean and pack up.
Okie doke. Well, yeah, we should have this summed away and everything will be looking good.
All right, perfect, man. I appreciate
Yes,
it.
sir.
You need anything?
No, I don't need anything, man. Just a little bit of time here, and I'm trying to get all this rock and stuff out.
Yeah.
But then I got some topsoil compost. I'm gonna put along this side here and make sure you got your slope and it's not like any dips like that.
Yeah, that's new from the gutters. We just got gutters installed this year.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put some probably either a basin or something to catch the water, prevent it from washing out. But.
Gotcha. Okay, doke. Well, yep, I'll be out here for a bit, man. Just messing around, getting it together.
All right, sounds good. Let me know if you need anything.
Okay, doke. Appreciate you. right, so my opinion of this piece right here, if it's getting clogged, just like anything else, like a tiller, side cutter, when you're using it to remove material, if it's long, like long bladed material or vines or something get caught in it, you know, all of that can contribute to the performance of the equipment. So you kind of want to clear that stuff out. And this is just normal practice. Clear this stuff out to keep the speed up, because this slows down the speed of the blades, which if the speed is slowed down, that means it won't cut as deep, or you know, you lose performance basically. Y'all get that. So I'm untangling it slightly and toss this debris off to the side and just rake that stuff up in the towel anyways. I don't want it to slow down. I need it down full speed. So each pass removes more. And I got an honest question, y'all. Is people getting soft? I was having a conversation with my spouse the other day, and she think I work people too hard or stuff like that. But I feel like people are not working hard enough nowadays. They're everybody's looking for the easy route, but they don't get paid well. And I get it, but dude, work is work. You show up. That's a lot gotta happen. Project. Alright, so you guys understand what's going on right here. Let me click it to you. Try that pergola. Pergola. So, this area here had vegetation back there, and right here was a pretty decent rock bed. I want to dig a lot of that gravel out of there, and I got this little bit more to go. It'll all fit into this wheelbarrow right here. I'm getting the rock out of there because, you know, some people have struggles with the grass trying to grow, and it's because it's a construction home. But when you got big boulders like this thing is almost bigger than my hand, and it's pretty heavy. Grass can't grow through this when you got a bunch of stuff like that. So part of the preparation process when people are paying for, you know, the right prep, people are supposed to remove out, you know, stuff like this, get it down to the bare soil, amend the soil if they need to add topsoil, compost, etc., grade it to where it's sloping away from the property. Like, it's one thing to just come in and add material and it's in the area to put the sod down, but it's another thing to take the time to make sure it's actually flat, well, higher towards the house, and drops out slowly towards the exit of the fence, so people don't have water intrusion. Water intrusion, of course, guys, is when water gets under the foundation of the house, and it causes damage. Water causes damage, as you guys know, when it sits in one spot for too long. But anywho, I'm almost there. I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of this up. What I was doing was raking all the material that I used the cultivator with. I got those in 2 piles. After I get the rock out of here, which is, I got this one more wheelbarrow, and then I'm going to get this debris. I'm gonna get the debris out last. I'm gonna take this tree out here. This is a yew. I'm gonna take that out, and then from there I'll be able to take the grass out, put the topsoil level, and then lay down the sod. It's a little bit of a process, but it's coming along pretty good. And I gotta move this because I gotta remove this rock right here, so I'll put this bad boy right here. That right there. Hopefully that gives y'all enough of a visual of what I'm doing over here. And the rock. It should be good. Full-time job getting this camera in place. Jeez. Alright, so it shouldn't be moving. My bad. I had to communicate with my brother. guys, so y'all know what's next. I got the rock removed. Got one more to get. And this right here, this grass debris, it can actually go inside of a bag. It's literally not that much. I'm gonna go ahead and get this bush removed. And then from there, I'll be able to bring the compost in, topsoil, and start getting this area prepped for the sod. I'm almost there. I would say prep is, I have to give a percentage, I would say it's 95% complete. Literally, putting down the topsoil is the easy part. If I can get this phone to stay up. Definitely this big one right there. Alright. So I'm about to go and remove this bush. Y'all know how I do it. I got my reciprocating saw and I got an extension cord already plugged up in place. I'm gonna go ahead and get that removed. Man, I gotta go back and see how fast I did that. I feel like I got it out in 60 seconds. That's how I feel. It might have took 2 minutes, but y'all see the point. No shovel. Cut around in a circle. Picked it up. phone doesn't overheat. Getting better at this using rocks. Alright guys, I want to give you an update of what I'm doing here. So if you've seen the beginning of this video, the first thing I did was use the soil cultivator, and I tore out a bunch of the grass vegetation that you saw over here, weeds. Next thing I did was start raking up the debris. As you can see down there, I have that's a pile of like grass that I removed from this area here. And alongside this back wall, there was a bunch of rock. At one point it was a rock bed, so I removed 90%, I would say, of the rock that was out of here, so we got a majority of soil, because new grass don't do best on, when it got a bunch of objects and debris under it. So now I got this down to the bare soil. I got my last pile that I need to pick up. I'm about to go to the front and drop this last bucket of rock off, and I'm bringing topsoil back to the backyard. But this is something that's rich in nutrients. Compost, it's absolutely necessary. This is more of a sandy blend over here in this corner. It looked like at one point somebody put like sand over here, which helps with drainage in between homes, so that's actually a good way of going about it. I'm not adding abundance amount of material over here, but I am kind of leveling out the area. You guys can't see this on camera, and I wish I can give you a better visual, but towards the house, you want this always to be the highest part of it. There's a house right next door, of course, outside of this fence, and usually these houses are like 20 feet, 15 feet apart from this wall to hit the next door neighbor wall. So in between the houses, the water has to go somewhere. So you have to make sure this is built up to where it meets in the middle, and it naturally slopes out the back way. There's a drain hole on the back side of that fence. So my goal here is to fix this spot where I dug up this plant, make sure that's not going to be a puddle, you know what I mean, compact it. I stepped on it, added more soil, etc., and to build up this evenly, pretty much going across, and basically chop dress the area. But overall it has a natural slope already. We're just basically reconfiguring it, because this was a landscape bed, and now he wants grass over here. This yard, y'all, is a yard that I did last year, and I gotta say, I'm very, very excited of how they've maintained this lawn. It's not completely in the spring season yet. It's actually 60 degrees right now, 65 maybe. Feels amazing today, but this lawn has minimal weed pressure. It's very green. It looks like it's been well maintained. There's that drain hole back there I was telling you about, but this is what I like to see. And this is a year later, guys. So this spring, this lawn is already green right now. Of course, we're in spring, but we don't have spring weather here in Charleston just yet. But this lawn is going to look absolutely amazing. So we're getting enough sunlight right here to put this Bermuda over here. Given we got a little bit of shade right here, but this Bermuda is going to do really well. We're getting enough sunlight for this to thrive and get enough sunlight. Bermuda likes full sunlight. We don't have any trees or obstructions, anything blocking off this way. So it's around 12 o'clock, 12 to about 3. It should be fine. It should get enough sunlight. But I'm gonna keep at it. Gotta go dump this wheelbarrow, pick up this last, and we're just gonna put all the compost, and laying the sod down is the easy part, y'all know that, but the prep work is the most important part. Every tool has a different purpose. Y'all keep seeing me switch up different tools I'm using, because they literally have a different purpose. So when it comes to picking up the rock, I use this shovel here, which is a spade shovel. I could have used a flat shovel, but I didn't want to pick up so much. Well, not that I didn't want to pick up so much, but the spade shovel, I can punch directly on the rocks, and it'll actually allow me to get in there and pick it up. With a flat shovel, it'll get stuck and it won't get as much. So everything I do is purposeful. This right here is my scuffle hoe. I did use it in parts where I missed with the soil cultivator machine. And this right here is I use to move the gravel and the rock towards a direction I want it to. And I use the fine rake to kind of get that soil from the debris and also the rocks I was sifting with this fine rake. This I would say, out of all of the tools I have when I'm doing landscape, this is my favorite tool, period. I know that's crazy. It's a metal fine rake, but it saves a lot of headache when it comes to removing debris, because that stuff gets heavy, and I try to keep the weight of it down, because when I go to the landfill, they charge me $150 per ton, and if I just pick up this with a shovel because it's convenient, it's going to be way heavy on the truck. So I might get up to four tons if I have to make multiple trips. And if it's $200 or 150 bucks per ton, you do the math. That's $600 just to dump, versus sifting it out properly, taking a little bit more time, and I can keep it under two. If I can keep it under two, that's saving my client money on dump fees, etc. But I be mindful of this cost prior to actually doing the installation. So I just charge what I know how we're supposed to perform. But let me get going, because I can tell y'all a lot of the gems of how I operate. But it's one thing to tell you, you gotta get your own experience and figure out what works for you best. The goal for me here is to share my experience, and hopefully it helps someone, because everybody don't do this day in, day out. This is my prime shebang, you feel me? So, all right. Go get my rocks. And I hope my phone is still charging. It is. It is. All right, let me get going. All right, just want to provide a little bit more context of what I'm utilizing right now. As you guys see, once I put the topsoil down, I kind of staged it. I went ahead and got my grate rake, which is this blue one right here. It's 55 inches in width. This right here, 55 inches in width. And what I did was I moved and spread the material kind of in the lowest points what I think would need to kind of be elevated. And then after that, that's when I kind of use this leveling rake. And as you can see, when I'm pulling this leveling rake back, you might see like there's a bunch of material on the left, specifically on the left, and that's okay. That's what I want actually. If there's material on the left that's like building up, that means it's higher. That's what that means. If there's no material being built up on the right, that means it's lower. Hence, sounds like common sense, but if the material is higher on the right, it will be cutting and material will be building up, meaning it's bringing it down. But being that it's doing on the left, that's perfect. That means it's sloped the way I want it to. And I don't want to keep doing it to make it flat. I don't want this area, the left, to not build up material, because that means it'll be level. And I don't want this complete flat and level. I want it to slope just slightly away from the house. So when the water comes off the roof line or it rains, the water runs slightly off this way and it drains towards the back. That's the goal. But as you can see, I got it pretty flat the way I want it. I got a little bit more to do right behind me, and I'm gonna go ahead and change the camera to that option. Just wanted to provide you guys a little bit of context of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, etc. Somebody jamming on this good old sod. Whoops. My hat fell off. Get that bad boy. All right. if y'all go back to the very beginning of this video, we see that there's grass here. I just did the grading, put down some compost, leveled it, so you can kind of see down here along the fence line. It's the lowest part of the grade, and I want that to be like that because that's how the water exits the property. Alongside the concrete slab here, it's kind of a bit higher. You can't tell on camera, but that's kind of what's going on. I got it really nice and flat right now. I'm going to go ahead and, last but not least, which is the easiest part of the project, I'm going to go ahead and lay the sod down. The sod should take about, I don't know, I'd say 30 minutes top. I want y'all to time me on this. This will be a 3-hour project that y'all seen me start from beginning to end. And this is a small project. One man, basically, right now. I don't feel like it was necessary to bring somebody on today because I bought a new tool, and that tool cost $250. That's money that, I would have probably spent on labor today. So, buy a new tool. I'll sacrifice and work solo today. That's my new employee. Gotta make some form of a sacrifice. Don't want to do both and not be profitable for the day. As profitable. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the sod and start laying them down. I'm gonna start at the far end. I'm gonna work my way up. I'm gonna put you guys over here where it's nice and flat already. And I gotta get my rocks so I can get you guys staged up. In just a second. Not much jam, not much wood. Alright, we're still charging. Alright, y'all about to watch me get it in. Start time is 33 minutes. I'm gonna see how long it's gonna take me to get down. I mean, I can get this down within 30 minutes. don't know, y'all. I got all that down in what, 6 minutes? All right. So y'all probably say, Rob, these bowls weigh about at least 25 pounds or more. And I usually put about 7 or 8 on them, 7 or 8 on there. My thought process is, if I got to go to a backyard, if I put a little bit on it, I can do it, but that's so many more trips I would have to take. So if I put about 9 of them in there, 9 inside a wheelbarrow, that's about almost, 9, well it is, it's 90 feet. I'm covering a decent amount of space each time I come, so it's less trips I would have to take. But I'm gonna leave y'all right here while I lay out this last little bit. I started at 33 and we should be able to make it. Let's see what we got. This is my end point right here. All right, y'all. So I've been at it for 14 minutes so far, and I'm going to get my last wheelbarrow right now, and all the sod to be down. Whoops, didn't see y'all fell back there. Much closer. I gotta fill this last little seam, man. I'm at my 20-minute mark. Didn't quite meet everything being down. Just a little bit more detailed work as far as cutting and stuff. I don't have any more side pieces to lay down. So I have the big, I don't have any big pieces to lay down per se. Let's see if that works. Pretty windy out here. Funny part about this piece, right? You see, I just laid this side on top. There's two ways I can do this. I can cut blindly, kind of guesstimate where it's at, and just cut it in, or I can cut right here along the edges, and it's already staggered, and it'll fill in perfectly. I don't like to do guessing when it comes to this cut, so I lay it down, cut over it, and pull the other piece out the bottom, and I can use that on the other side. So I'm gonna lay a few pieces aside going down. I probably might need 4 total, because in reality, this is 2. So with this 1 strip, 2 strips, and I think I might need 4 to get all the way back to the fence line. If you guys are still with me and you've made it to this point, I am complete. Finally, it's 3 hours and 4 minutes. Y'all saw me from start to finish. Everything's done, just a small area, roughly 200 square feet. And look at this. I like when I'm precise. The wheelbarrow's empty. I don't have any lingering pieces. I already figured them in. Everything's nice and flat. This is the only extra piece I have, which is less than probably 2.5 square feet over of what I brought back here. So I don't have an abundance amount of stuff to haul back to the front, and everything's here is done. But if you guys like this video, please feel free to comment. Tell me if you learned something about it. Got everything tidied up, and this is Tiff Tough Bermuda, guys. Along this right here, you guys see like a little crack I left there. Well, there's a concrete footing, like literally that comes out an inch. So grass is not going to do as well on top of that, but it's going to do all right over here. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Go ahead and hit that like button. I'm gonna get out of here. Gotta clean up. Time to go. Everything is done. I'll be doing a short review on this piece of equipment here, but everything is done here, guys. Small area, 200 square feet, done. I just gotta clean up and get out of here.